You have a sense of what types of programs are out there, but how do you find them and build relationships with them?
With local public schools, other local daycare, UPK centers. We're lucky to have one educational alliance right across the street.
We have a lot of daycares and day centers, so we always go to those.
CBC groups, pre-K groups from the schools. We have so many places.
What's out there in your neighborhood? Child Care Connect is a city website to find child care options. Try a search on your branch's neighborhood or zip code. You may also find ads in community newspapers or just see signs in windows as you're walking around the neighborhood. Pre-K Finder and 3K Finder are DOE websites that will help you find these programs in your area. Search tip: make sure to turn off the May Have Seats Available filter. This way you will bring up all the programs, whether they are full or not.
Getting a foot in the door can be the most difficult thing, and sometimes it takes months. But just that perseverance without being, threatening.
We made calls to the program directors, set up in-person meetings, which we did at locations and at the branch.
As the pre-K programs came online and they were doing pre-K at the level of the public school and those full-day programs, is we would stop in and we go, "Hi, we heard you had pre-K programs. Let's stop in, say hi to the teachers." Sometimes it's just simply a matter of you're in the school for one of the other classrooms and you stick your head in the pre-K class and go, "Hi, I'm the local librarian. Yeah, we do read-alouds. Would you like us to come in?"
I bring my card. I ask for the director's card.
When I am at information desk or circulation desk, I notice some of these teachers, they ask books aligned with the curriculum because we know those books. I kind of talk to them. Are you a school teacher? And do you work around this neighborhood? And I also identify myself. I'm children's librarian and I'm here to support school teachers and students.
I find that the best way initially is if you have a face. So we will just walk into the preschool and be like, "Hi, I'm Allie from the library." Then as far as follow-ups, once I have a face to the name, emails work really well. Phone calls we find don't work quite as well because it's not as targeted and there's a lot of different people circulating through the daycare on any given day.
So contacting teachers sometimes takes boots on the ground, so to speak, in terms of you actually have to be there and you have to be ready to schedule with them.
In-person visits do provide you with a great opportunity for personal connections and to make new partnerships. Phone calls, emails, and other non-in-person contacts may be better for follow-ups and maintaining the connection. Every location is different, and you'll have to figure out what works best for each.
Especially for the 0 to 5s, the first thing I mentioned is the NYPL Early Literacy Initiative. How we are especially trying to cater in the last 2 years to 0 to 5s and developing literacy skills in those age ranges.
You just say to them, "Well, I do read aloud," and they'll go, "Well, okay." But if you show them what read aloud really is, if you can just offer them a sample of the kind of read aloud, finger play, puppetry, kinds of back and forth you do with the kids where they're participating and they're engaged, usually you can convince them pretty quickly that this is a valuable tool that we're giving them and a valuable resource we have to offer.
Stay in touch with sites, see what subjects they are covering week to week, and try and line your reading material up with their lesson plans. Teachers do love when you have at least one book that aligns with the subject or the lesson that they are covering at that particular time.
They need more resources. I show them, we are very supportive. They want to, have more relationship with us.
Ask them, even though it's a preschool class, what they're studying, what they're doing in school. It's really special for an outside person to come in and say, well, I heard you're studying butterflies. Well, I have with me, and bring out books about butterflies, because that not only creates a resource for the teachers, they see the books that you have, but it's exciting and engaging for the children.
All teachers and daycare providers are very busy, so you've got to show them how this will benefit them. Ask them what they need. Educator cards are a huge bonus, especially for small programs. Supporting their curriculums and themes can be really helpful. Share your expertise. How can you support their efforts in literacy development? How can you help them find books that match their students' needs? The family workshops can be a great resource. It can be hard for schools to find good content for their parent programs.
So I think the most important thing is preparation.
Found specific days and times that would work for locations.
But if you say to them, look, I could come next week on this day at this time, would that work for you? And you can schedule it right then and there, then you've already got it set, scheduled, and good to go.
I try to bring at least one prop, whether that's flannel board or a puppet or something to use for finger rhymes. And then for the teachers, I always bring a color copy of our calendar with a targeted flyer on the back. That flyer might be for our story times, for a special program we have targeted towards 0 to 5s.
You know, make a log. So what book I read and all of this list up. Over the year, now when I look at the log, I see over the year what kind of books I've been reading to one particular class.
Good scheduling. Get a Google Doc calendar, schedule everything in, make sure you have it all written in, because then you have a written times and dates set in there, and you make sure you're communicating it with your other staff members.
We have a spreadsheet with all of the contacts for that daycare on our Google Drive, so we know that if we're going to this daycare, this is our contact. Have we emailed them for this outreach? When are we going? How many kids do we see? That sort of thing.
So set a realistic schedule for yourself where you're able to see all those different sites without getting burnout or getting too, overbooked.
Be prepared. Bring your cards and any branch flyers or calendars to share with your contacts. Have your own calendar ready and up to date so you can schedule appointments. Be realistic on what you can offer, considering your other programs and how many early care centers are in your area. Work as a team. If you have more than one children's librarian at your location, work together to share the load.
We have some social worker-led groups who come in with the parents and their very young children.
Just at their community health fair yesterday, and again, you see a lot of under 5, so we bring the early literacy bags and we pass out information about our programming here.
We do try to do things open in the park because we have the park right next to us. So we have this large open space with lots of possibilities.
All types of early care centers are obvious places to go, but what are the other opportunities? Check out your neighborhood. There may be some places that provide specialized care. Are there any family shelters that have child care services? Child life centers and hospitals provide therapeutic and educational programs for pediatric patients, and early intervention programs are offered through the Department of Health. How do you find these locations? It may take a bit of legwork. Check out the websites of local hospitals, the Department of Health, and the Administration for Children's Services. The local community board may have information on community organizations. Ask your patrons. They live in the neighborhood and will know what's going on. Beyond these more organized places, think about anywhere you might find little kids. Community fairs, religious institutions, laundromats, barbershops, parks, playgrounds, community centers. These are all great places to reach families and give out welcome packets with flyers, calendars, applications, and any other giveaways you may have.
Daycares and preschools have a million things going on. You will walk into the preschool at least one time and they'll be like, oh, we completely forgot you were coming. So just being able to roll with the punches and understand that there's a lot going on in these environments is really important.
And remember to have fun with the kids, because they are looking forward to you coming in, and to see you come in with a smile, with enthusiasm, will inspire them.